Share screen in the morning. Okay. So you just don't touch anything up there.
Okay.
And you can go to chat. So you just give it a couple minutes. Yeah, and
So-
definitely sit up there because otherwise.
No name, that's me.
Mm-hmm.
Such a title. Should I close these?
Excellent.
Ask me if I know how to move from slide to slide then.
Oh,
Close the
play.
slide.
You
Oh,
can
then
do,
it'll go too fast, no? I'll just go like this.
yeah, I'm such a non.
Me too, like I never do these things.
The PowerPoint thing. I know.
Yeah, it should be like a next.
Right.
Oh, there is. If you just click, it's next.
It's Microsoft Word. It has to be complex. Is
Right.
everybody here? Is everybody here?
Am I in the way?
Okay, I think we have successful screen recording finally, and it's free, and it's called Zoom. I'm very excited.
Does it only record?
No, on and on and on. And it does meetings for 40 minutes. So you can meet them. If you ever want to do one of these meetings with your clients, you can arrange it. You can use this and speak to the client, and you can have a video. You're welcome. All right, take it away. Oh, let me introduce Deborah Kaufman. She is the Director of Community Relations at SUNY Ulster. Community Relations acts as a marketing for the college, and it does a lot of other things as well. How would you describe what we do?
I'm basically in charge of marketing and media services. So the marketing of the college includes everything from its publications, brochures, the catalog, things like that, to admissions and enrollment marketing, all the communications that continuing students get in terms of maybe emails and all of the stickies on the walls and things like that, to the website and the portal, and then social media and public relations. So that's basically it. Dina had asked me to come in and show you an integrated marketing campaign. And I chose something that was a little bit outside of what we normally do. This college has a Darlene Pfeiffer Center for Entrepreneurial Studies. I don't know if you're familiar with it. It's part of the business department. And they, for the first time, wanted to put together a conference for women entrepreneurs. So we named it Own It. And I did the marketing for it. I liked the campaign, and I chose it because there was no history for it. So it's something that I could show you from very beginning, sort of blank page through the entire event. So I just gave you a definition of integrated marketing. I don't know. I wasn't quite sure at what level to begin, but, you know, basically, when I started in this field, the avenues we had to communicate with people were smaller. There were print publications, and there was broadcast. And now we have this whole world opened up to us with web and social media and easier access to do public relations. No longer is like geography a major part of the picture, unless you need it to be, which this campaign does need it to be. So we started out by creating a logo, and the logo sort of explains what it is. It still carries the branding of SUNY Ulster. And we chose green because green is a color of money. Green is a color of hope. And a lot of what we were doing is addressing women's dreams of either growing their business or starting their business. So, and you'll see this logo we use on everything to begin to build awareness. There's no awareness of this project at all at this point. So the business department set a goal of 100 attendees. Their audience were female entrepreneurs and dreamed to be entrepreneurs. So women entrepreneurs is a nice enclosed kind of audience. But then you get the dream to be entrepreneurs, and then that could be anyone who has a hope of starting a business. It might be you. It could be me, someone who's in a job and is thinking about, leaving and whatever. It could be a mom. So it really is a broader category. So what makes it integrated is the use of across the board tactics of print and broadcast, email, social media, PR. And next slide. Oh, I should go back a little bit. So for print, the things that we included, we had ads running in local papers because this was a one-day conference. There's no, traveling to Arizona and staying in a hotel for 3 days. It's a one-day thing. So we did print ads in the Freeman, in the Almanac, in a lot of local papers, and we broadened the geography a little further than what we usually do, let's say for admissions, where most everybody is in Ulster County. With this kind of a thing, someone in Orange County or in Greene or in Dutchess might very well travel half an hour or an hour to come to a conference. So we did ads. We did Ulster County Chamber of Commerce inserts. They have a monthly newsletter, and we just put a flyer inside them, and we did flyers. For broadcast, we had two different kinds of radio. We had WAMC did a spoken word because they don't really run ads. Everything is more like sponsored by. And then we had a PSA, which was a pre-recorded, sounds exactly like a radio ad, on a variety of stations that address different audiences, but were all kind of more adult, country, oldies, adult rock. And then email, I use mostly Constant Contact. SUNY Ulster had lists of people, within the county mostly who've taken any kind of class, mostly from the non-credit side, some students, and we put together a list. We used other lists as well. The Regional Chamber of Commerce's have lists, SBDC, which is the Small Business Development Corporation, which is an organization that helps people start businesses. And there are quite a number of women's organizations around the area as well. So for some of these, for our list, I put together an email in Constant Contact. For some of these other lists, like the Regional Chamber, they don't give you their list. I gave them the email, and they sent it out to their list because people, protect their lists. Other tactics, the web, we had a page up on the SUNY Ulster website, and we also did a lot of posting to online calendars. There are a lot of websites out there that have calendar of events on them. And so we posted to those. Then we did social media. I made a Facebook event. It linked to the Constant Contact because not only did we do an email, but we had an event page there, and our registration was handled through Constant Contact. You paid through PayPal. For social media, we did Facebook, we did Twitter, we did Instagram. And PR was press release, event participation. Some people went out and made presentations to the chambers, to the Kiwanis Club, to area organizations, and then word of mouth. We were all involved in something that we felt was very exciting. And so we talked about it a lot and we spread the word. We all felt like each of us knew lots of other people who could help us get the word out. So you can see that while word of mouth is a very slow, one-on-one, personal, people-to-people way, it goes all the way up from that to very broad strokes where you could reach thousands of people at a time. So for the print, this was our flyer. And you can see we did it twice. Early on, we had to save the date. And then we did it again with a register now. And it's got the logo right up on top. We give all the information and we try to entice people with who the speakers are and what the workshops are going to be like. We had a sponsorship flyer as well because we were looking for companies to sponsor to cover some of the expenses. So it also carried the logo and a little bit of the information. Then we had ads, mostly black and white because it's a newspaper, and a lot more condensed information. And we ran ads about twice a month for about 2 months steady, closer to the event. You know, we staggered different things. The save the date went out in about February, I think. And we began to, through that save the date, get people to like the Facebook page and to get them sort of involved, to keep them on the hook for it. Our radio ad.
Female entrepreneurs and dream to be entrepreneurs. Join us at SUNY Ulster in Stone Ridge for Own It Entrepreneurial Women's Conference on June 4th. A day of workshops, panels, networking, and fun. Learn about social media marketing, branding, financing, procurement, and much more. Come away with actionable advice and ideas to grow your business. Be one of the first 100 to register and receive a free copy of keynote speaker Diana Kander's best-selling book, All in Startup. Learn more and register at sunyulster.edu/ownit. That's sunyulster.edu/ownit.
That's the radio. I always like at the end to repeat either the phone number or the web page twice because people usually don't catch it all the first time. And I like to make sure that they do. This was our event page on Constant Contact. So it also carries the logo and some of the look. Constant Contact has a lot of restrictions, so you can't make it look exactly the way you want it oftentimes, but it also has most of the information. That Register Now button then links to a form where you can fill out your information, and we captured name, address, email address, and then you click and you pay. A lot of this stuff, because I didn't know back then that I would be doing this now, has, disappeared. So there is no more register page. I would show it to you, but when you click on it, all you get is, this event is now closed. The emails, we tried to keep them a lot like the flyers. The repetition is good, so people begin to recognize what it is. And with the emails, we also had a save the date and a register now, just like the flyers. Once we move to a register now, it has a reserve your spot on it, and it also has join our Facebook event, so that we are giving people different ways to connect with us to get more information. The reserve your spot goes to Constant Contact. The Facebook event obviously goes to the Facebook event. And once people liked the Facebook event, we kept that very active, and we were posting all the time. The website, I just have a picture of our website here because the page is no longer there. But we had a page, the website has a section for the Darlene Pfeiffer Center for Entrepreneurial Studies. It's part of our economic development section. And so when we were marketing this, there was a link to that event that's no longer there. And then the other picture is just a representation of the online calendars that we were posting to. So this is Ulster County Tourism, I believe, and that's just what their calendar looks like. Our main social media was through Facebook. And so this is an image of the event that we created. I don't know if you can see this right here are some of the statistics. And if you're not an admin, you don't see that, but you can see how many people went and were invited, but you don't get that insights part. So, you know, it all says 0 new this week because I put this image in a couple of days ago and we haven't been working it. So it's all 0. But when we were running it, we could see what types of posts were drawing better than other types of posts. And what we found, and it's not unlike Facebook, is that when we, you know, if you post something that says, Own It conference coming on June 4th, register today, you know, that's a message on Facebook that really isn't in line with what Facebook is about, which is building community. So instead, we wanted to hook women up with women. And so we put together posts that were more about these women. You know, one of the speakers was Karen Clark Aden. And so I wrote, Karen Clark Aden's wildly successful Kingston store, Bop to Tatum, is a veritable gold mine of colorful, distinctive temptations from around the world. Meet Karen and learn her secrets. So, you know, I tried to position them as real people, and this is what you were going to learn from them as opposed to come and join us at this thing. And we did the same thing for each one of the speakers. We were rotating. As different things happened at different points, we were posting the bags we were going to give away, you know. So we were having a lot of fun with it. And you can see that a lot of these got 192 likes, 10 shares, 15 comments. So, you know, they began to start a discussion, which is what you hope to happen. Now, we were also posting on Twitter, and I really didn't go back and get any Twitter posts because a lot of times, because my time is limited, I often connect Twitter to Facebook. Do you know that you can do that? So that, you know, when you post on Facebook, it automatically goes on Twitter. It's sort of the lazy person's way to do it.
I feel like tweeting to Facebook is kind of like conflicting ideologies. Like, Twitter is just kind of like rapid, consistent, and then I feel like Facebook is more of something that, you know what I mean, that you would want lots of impact compared to it getting buried in it. So would that be like in the other one that we went to, 2 Thursdays ago.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she was talking about, that's what she was talking about how tweeting onto your Facebook can be detrimental to your.
It isn't the greatest thing to do. There are times when I need to make choices because here at SUNY Ulster, our departments are really small. And this is like a small project compared to a lot of other things that I'm doing. And sometimes it's better that I get the word out there, even if it's not the optimum way to do it, than to not be there at all. But it is true that it's not best practice to connect Facebook to Twitter. When I do, I write that first sentence with Twitter in mind, because I know it's going to put that 140 characters up there. And so I write for Twitter.
So in the interest of time, I have a couple of questions. And
Okay. I'm pretty much done anyway.
Yeah, so
PR.
I saw at the beginning, I don't remember if you mentioned it, that you had a goal of getting 100 people in there. What was your outcome?
Well, that's what I was going to go to next. We had 127 people came. So we surpassed it a little bit. And we also put together a survey that I just got the results of last week. So what was interesting about the survey, people liked the event, but one of the questions was, how did you hear about the conference? So it's kind of interesting just to learn what media draws people and what doesn't. Some of it I was surprised by, and some of it not so much. I think 84 people responded to the survey out of the 127. 21 said they saw it on Facebook. One person saw it on LinkedIn. 3 people from the Daily Freedman, 2 people from Bluestone Press, 1 person from the radio ad, 11 people from the email that we sent out, 1 person from the chamber event, and 32 people from other, which was word of mouth. All of it was word of mouth. So the list of others were a class with Julie Boyce, Deb Kaufman, a friend, I was invited to present the Kiwanis meeting, Lorraine Salmon, Melissa Calabro, Mindy Cole, at an open house, probably spoke to someone, a foundation board meeting. So it's really interesting and kind of makes a lot of sense, because a lot of times women, and it's probably true for men too, rely a lot on networking. A lot of the people who came, they're not big businesses. They don't have 50 employees. A lot of them work out of their home. A lot of them have business, stores, so maybe they have 8 to 10 employees. So they're people who are very used to working with other people. And so it was interesting that it was such a personal outreach event. And even the Facebook was very personal too, in terms of featuring human beings.
I have a couple more questions.
Okay.
One is, to post on someone else's calendar, does that cost anything, or is that really just asking permission?
No.
So if say someone here had something they wanted to promote, they could potentially call the Freeman or call someone and say, can we post on your calendar? And it doesn't cost anything?
It doesn't cost anything. Most of the time you don't call. Most of these calendars have a button that says add your event. And a lot of times you have to create a login and you can go on and add your event. So over the course of a year, SUNY Ulster has a lot of events. And I have a list of online calendars. And sometimes I'll have someone go in like August and just, add every event that we're having. And every once in a while, new things do come up that weren't part of the list in the beginning. And so then we add them separately. Like I had someone do today. We have an athletics day coming up. And today we added that event to all the online calendars. So I think I have about 24 online calendars that I do that for. I also go in a lot of times and I post things on other people's Facebook pages. I'll do that to libraries. I'll go to the, Kingston Library's Facebook page, or there are Facebook pages like 365 things to do in the Hudson Valley, pages like that. And I will go and post to their page as well. Sometimes when I do that, if it's a page with enough of an audience, I'll then send them a private message to the same Facebook page saying, "Hi, I'm so-and-so. I just posted something to your Facebook page. If you don't mind, can you, move it to your main timeline?" Because when you post to somebody else's Facebook page, it goes off on the side. And so I've developed relationships with some of these pages where now when they see I've posted something, they'll just share it to their main timeline.
What that is.
So it's a lot of, it's a lot of doing.
Can we have a copy of this that I could post somewhere?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Does anyone have any questions? I just want to add, if some of the stuff seems unattainable, remember you'll be working with other organizations that will have some kind of print budget, if not at least access to a photocopier. And there are free email campaign companies, free if you're using small lists such as MailChimp, that you'll be able to use as well. One more thing, and then I have to let them go, and that is, you said some of these stories that you made about these people to help make them personable, make them interesting, give a human side, had hundreds of likes. Was this on a general Facebook page, or was this on the event page?
I mostly did it on the event page because I wanted people to go to that event, because that event page has the call to action to register. But oftentimes I would post it to the event page, and then I'd share it to SUNY Ulster's main page. And I was also boosting these posts. So not only you can pay like $20, $40, $60, and you can target an audience and have it go out further than just your friends. So
I've noticed that the things like on Facebook that you have to pay for, I know a lot of bands and stuff who pay whatever money to get their event boosted, and then they say that they don't get more response from that, but when they change something on their profile, like if they say that the band is going to travel somewhere, that life event gets more response than paying for the Facebook boost.
Right.
By just having some big, like, whatever, instead it gets more of a response than actually paying for the PR.
You found that to be true?
I use a combination. I've had a lot of success with boosted posts, much more so than for a while I was doing Facebook ads, but I spent a lot more money with a lot less response. I get a lot of good response with boosted posts, and I find that it also increases the number of likes on my page when I have a boosted post. So it also helps to create permanent new people to see just the regular posts that I do. But I do them both, and I can do it because I have a little bit of budget. So I don't have to worry about it so much. But I've had good success with the boosted posts.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
I'm gonna post this, the PowerPoint. I will reiterate in my weekly blog wrap up, but you need to email me the person that you're gonna be following on Twitter, catch up with all assignments, and start to find some groups that you might want to work with. We're gonna bring them to the table next week, right? And then we'll take some votes and try to reach out to these actual groups. Yes.
Is the goal for Twitter to get them to follow you back?
Yes.
Oh,
You can have 5,000 people that you follow, but you want them to follow you back.
Okay. So you should pick someone with a low.
The object of this particular let me answer this question. The object of this particular exercise is you're not trying to get followers right now. You're going to follow people that have successful followings. See what they do together.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about them following us
No.
back. Very good.
You don't need Justin Bieber to follow you.
No, I
All right, I'll speak to you all soon and see what you're up to.
Tina, do you want me to leave you?
I can.
The
Do you
drive?
have to run back, or let me
No,
let me stop this. End meeting.